even despite that, week number 2, Smart Omega has already turned down a lot of their success. But on the other note, hoping for the best for the team, for both of the team as well, because EA Thanatos surprised me because you were doing so amazing on week number 2, which I have missed out the chance and opportunity to check it out. But on the other note, Smart Omega, could it be today also I'll be able to witness their downfall, or will they actually rise again like a phoenix from the ashes after what have they gone through from week number 2? Hopefully that will be the case though, verdict.
Yeah, they're like a kid who fell in the mud, man. It's just you got to redeem yourself. I know you're only at like the 3/4 of a way done, and you've got still like a little bit more school left. You're all dirty. Can you redeem yourself and make sure that you finish out on a strong note? Obviously, they're going to be facing off against this Viii Thanatos roster. And I'm a huge believer in your biggest matchup is the one that's ahead of you, and the one that's ahead of them is this roster who can just come through and snag and upset you. I'm not hoping that we see that happen at all. I obviously love to see the top continue to rise, but at the same time, I am always up for it whenever a team like Viii Thanatos is able to come through and maybe snag or maybe, give them a run for their money. But nonetheless, we're going to go ahead and get geared up for it. All speculation aside, ladies and gentlemen, our first map of the night, we're going to be heading on into it, is the hard point on Hacienda, as we mentioned. We're going to go ahead and see if that one's going to be starting up here momentarily. Bam! There we go. Let's get it, baby.
Let's get it on here. Whoopi already jumping straight to the hard point. Managed to get the OBJ for himself, and he's overlooking. Hopefully there will be no one to actually catch it up. But EA managed to break it off within that 8 seconds on the clock for themselves. On the other note, Esports coming in from the top, trying to spot out Sebio. He will be able to hit fire, finishing off every single player from EA and breaking off again for the team of Smart Omega.
Absolutely. Love to see it right now. They're setting up for new as well. So far, so good here in the P1. It's going to be a toss and back and forth. EA doing a great job of maintaining the hill for the time being, but it is a break that's going to come through. Jabin and crew still holding the top side of the control site. They're looking for that money hill in that rotation over the new. And with player number 1 wrapping the backside, he might be able to cause a little bit of havoc as Risky does find the 2-piece there with 10 as well. The third going to go through. Jabin and crew, they're cleaning out the garage. They're setting it up nice and proper. The cars about to be exploding. This one is about to go down.
Coming in for P2, right? And this is Stebio getting 2-piece for himself. He tried to spray it out, but unfortunately, he will be taken out by Epox getting 2-piece. Pickle managed to shut down Epox before he damaged even more for the team of EA. They try to get in for the early rotation, but not doing so well. As the Smart Omega coming in, Jaban clears out, one more player to go, and the EA is out for the take right here for the P2. It seems that Smart Omega doing well for the defense.
Yeah, they're doing a great job. Good setup. You saw the rotations early on, and right now they're doing a great job of winning the gunfights when it matters the most. Front side, back side, secret. It's all been locked down. The hit now coming through for player number 5. He's going to be instantly dealt with, but it's Aurora going to be able to come through and snag one for herself. Unfortunately, she's going to drop. The feed is blue. It is the hill that's going to be occupied. Smart Omega continuing to roll through, causing a lot of havoc for this EA Thanatos roster.
Oh, P2 is well guarded by the team of Smart Omega. EA couldn't even get in, and now they got to go in for the early rotation. It seems that Smart Omega also already had that idea in their favor. The fact that it's only going to be left over for the team of EA. Whoopi already setting up that trophy as well. Moving on from the mid lane, it seems that the team of EA will be spotted out. Coming in, Whoopi takes down Aura first of all. Jamin takes down Sebio with the drone. And EA coming in from the back lane of the P3 at the moment right now will not be allowed by the team of Smart Omega.
Perfect setup. Smart Omega gets the topside control. They've occupied the hill for the majority of this transition. The chain is looking absolutely beautiful. Jai now trying to make something happen on the backside of spawn. Is really difficult if you're Viii Thanatos to make something happy whenever you've got split spawns in this situation, and the coordination not necessarily going to be there. Pickle going to go ahead and spectate that one, and surely enough, they're going to be able to get the clearance now with 25 seconds left to fight for. They need all of this and some more for that early setup for this next rotation, and with all these operators coming out as well, Jai going to be able to lead the pack, and that is going to prevent the break to come back through. Smart Omega now going to have to force themselves over for this early rotation.
Huge investment coming in from the operator skill. I think that EA know for a fact that they got to go in for that money hill, and they made that P3 as the money hill. But going into P4 right now, early rotation has already been done by the team of Smart Omega. EA coming in from the mid side. We got Mamra coming in with Jai as well. Can actually win the fight. Sebio also come through. Now 3 players coming in right now. Managed to clear out Teen immediately. Looking through that smoke. Try to do a little bit of spray, but doesn't spawn anyone. Epoch takes down instantly. And at the moment right now, Smart Omega managed to clear out all the EA to get the point for themselves. But Epoch is all alone. He spotted out one from the garage. But unfortunately, with the grenade by Mamra, shuts him down instantly. But EA is been denied immediately without even giving any chance for them to go into the P4.
Great execution there from Smart Omega. You got to really love it when you get a team that can set up early and get a big majority of the opening lead going into that P4 rotation. Rock's looking solid. Only got about a 10-second lead, though, now as a break does come through. EA now in a position to go ahead and capitalize on a break for themselves. And the retake looking absolutely magnificent. Whoopi trying to make the transition all the way in, but it's Mamra who's going to be able to find two. No, that's Arara who comes through with an amazing equalizer play. And the feed lighting up yellow right now. It's a little uncertainty now as we're getting through this first set of hills, and it is not looking great for Smart Omega. Maybe a little bit of that downfall from the end of last week seeping over into the beginning here. Well, you might as well go ahead and get out some of these, bad gunfights or bad situational awareness rotations, not necessarily looking the best, or the holes rather. And this first set of hills looking absolutely magnificent. You're in the driver's seat if you're EA Thanatos.
Agree, definitely. They're doing amazing. Epochs try to actually manage to get some of the damage to Aurora, but Aurora is the one who managed to clear the dot. And now moving on to the top man at the moment right now, Sebio clears out from the bottom. He clears out Jabin as well. And still, this is game for the side of EA with 104 points for himself. Sebio overlooking from the back, doesn't spot anyone. He clears out for the OBJ side. And one player come through. Oh, Teen comes right in his face, shuts him down. But this is going to be halftime for that P1.
Halftime for that P1. Thoughts setting up for P2. You can already see it. 3 players already motioning towards. You still got topside control for Smart Omega. You got hallway locked down, the balcony. Everything in that grand ballroom absolutely is in favor of Smart Omega. Now the setup here. Will it pay off? 5 seconds before this hill pops. You've got Omega, who've got a lot of map penetration on the hill, but they don't really have a collective unit. They're looking to flush those kills out through the middle of the map in P4, and they certainly do. Now where the respawns are going to come through, you can see at the top left of the screen, it's going to be a cluster of players from EA Thanatos. They're going to have to stack it up now as the second chart or second into this break. Will it break in for them?
Ooh, risky getting 2-piece for himself. Spotted out Jai. Jai will not be able to use any of that operator skill give damage. Predator missile in the hands right now. Trying to spot out anyone from the EA. I don't think he can be able to actually catch anyone though. It's going to be actually wasted, but that's going to be information for the team of Smart Omega to know the next rotation coming in from EA Thanatos. But on the other note right here, Smart Omega is just utilizing, fully benefiting on that P2, not giving any chance for EA to even break the hill, and they're getting that 151 lead.
Oh, they'll certainly get their money's worth. You think back to that first set of hills, it was locked and loaded there. The biggest struggle here for this Smart Omega roster is giving hope to this EA Thanatos roster onto this rotation to P3. We had the early setup as we got player number 3, 2, and 4 all in the vicinity. They've got top control there in the office. They got plenty of trophies working objective. Whoopi going to be the point man, the cutoff guy towards this backside of the warehouse, and he ain't missing, baby. He's going to be able to light up feed as well with Epoch, who does get dropped, but the hill in the first 15 seconds, very much so uncontested. It is EA Thanatos who's going to have to continue to break on through the front. They do get a few clearance of kills, which is going to allow them a little bit of time, but can they hold it?
Oh, coming in from the warehouse. Oh, unfortunately doesn't finish the job though, but Sebio will be coming in for the backup. Grenade right in the hands of Whoopi. They're trying to go in for the break though. They know for a fact that it's not going to be giving a lot of points for the EA, but it's going to be enough for them if they manage to actually contest that P3. But unfortunately, Pickle's still surviving right here, but breaks comes through, and it's going to be leftover, still giving a lot of points to lead the way, and EA still struggling to get their place right here for the points.
Down by about 33 as well. They need all this, and they need to get this early set up. They're going to get the remainder of the table scraps, but at what cost, at what expense? The early rotations, it's a race. It's a 100% pack over towards that P4 rocks, and surely enough, it is going to be a Thanatos. We're going to be able to clear out that early rotation made by Smart Omega. They're going to be able to capitalize a little bit for themselves. So a lot of dog left in this fight now as Mamba going big with the Finnick. Finds a three pieces. Jabin, Risky, and Whoopi all dropping 10. The feed is lighting up perfectly for them, and nobody from Smart Omega has been able to even come close to getting a foot on here for a contest.
Oh my lord, EA coming in right distance, and they managed to actually get some of the point for themselves, and they might be able to actually get a hold of the situation after so much damage been done by Smart Omega. Marmar clears out Jabin. He managed to take down Tin before Risky trade him off straight away, but Epox comes through. War Machine coming in from Jai, clearing out Whoopi, and Epox not allowing the Smart Omega to break their heel. This P4 is the money here for themselves, and 182 points comes out for the EA Thanatos.
Just perfectly executed. I don't think we've seen a better P4. As a matter of fact, they're just going to continue to do it. If you're Smart Omega, obviously you can contest still at this point. A day late and a dollar short, though. 190 to 171. As we roll into our second set of hills, everything has been locking down perfectly. And you can thank the man Jai, who has gone absolutely crazy, racking up 39 so far. Sebio now going to be able to opt to pop the Predator. Is going to be able to find Whoopi on the hill. And topside control may not be of the priority as of right now, but if you are EA Thanatos, you've got the objective. You'll worry about the rest later.
Pickle all alone right here as the OBJ. He's trying to spot out. He managed to clear out Tin before he used that Sparrow more for the team of EA Thanatos. Spotting out from top mana. Can he actually get it up? But unfortunately, will be tagged off by Risky instead. Epox trying to overlook from the top mana. He clears out one after another. And one more player to go. He spotted out Jai. Oh, but will be denied instantly with a type 19. And still giving a lot of points for the team of EA Thanatos. Even though despite the team of Smart Omega managed to break it off, EA comes back for the leftovers of P1. Now going into P2, there's already early setup coming in from Smart Omega, and EA, they damage a lot of points for the team of Smart Omega to get for that P4 to P2. But P2, this is the critical moment where Smart Omega has done a great job for their own rotation and their defense wise. So let's see if EA can do something about it and change again for this third cycle of the set.
My man can't be denied. P2 broke it. Aurora, go ahead and opt to pop those equalizers.
Ooh.
And surely enough, it goes big. Only 20 points needed now to close it on out. 15 and counting. Where is Omega? They're going to be on the backside of the spawns. They've got themselves stuck between a rock and a hard place. Garage, not necessarily their best friend here. Operators going hammer for EA Thanatos, but it's Risky and crew who are going to be able to come through for the divide and conquer. But Sebio is going to find one, make it two, but it's shut down.
Aurora.
It is still Omega hanging on by a thread.
Oh, unfortunately, it wasn't able to actually break the heel. Aurora comes in, and Sebio was the only one left to survive it out as Smart Omega managed to break this P2 again. Point still stacks up for them. It's not going to be enough to win it all right this instant. It's going to be the rotation of that P3 to see who will be finishing off this first hard point. Whoopi clears out every single one of them, going in for the rotation as well. Drone been thrown out. Doesn't know whether it's going to capture anyone. But on the other note, we do have Mamra going in for the early rotation. Let's see if Whoopi will be able to catch it up. Sprays to Sebio immediately. Jumping down from that stairs, and on the other, he sprays another one. He kills everyone from the EA, and this is gonna be a game for the side of Smart Omega if EA doesn't do anything. Predator misuse. He sprays it out from the angles of EA spawns, but doesn't get anyone. Sebio managed to clear it out, but Tin comes through with a grenade and left with two more players to go for EA Thanatos. Smart Omega getting 230 points. War Machine come through with Risky clearing out, but unfortunately he was taken out by Jai.
Oh, this is it. Down to the nitty-gritty. 50 points needed for Smart Omega. If you're a Thanatos fan, you're holding on for dear life lead. Looking like it might be salvaged. Big feeds coming through in 3. Going to drop. Make it 4. Aurora dropped instantly. Whoopi going massive here in the late game. Risky shutting it down. Warehouse control. It's all theirs. 5 seconds now needed. Make it 6, actually. Contest is finally going to come through. It's on the back of 2 players. It's going to be all about the rotation. No! It could end here. We got to get someone on the hill, but it is not going to, as we see a lifeline brought over now. We head over to rocks where this one is shut down.
That is crazy. P4, right this instant, EA was the one who managed to do a great job on that second set, but somehow right here, Smart Omega already setting themselves up. Pico right there, unfortunately, was not enough to go in for the contest, and it's going to be the Smart Omega who gets the early points for themselves and finish off this first hard point for the team of OMG.